very, very fast action pace, John.
No, it's not. Nope.
For
nope,
anyone that
nope.
hasn't watched Violet Evergarden, I did, unfortunately. And what it's
It's
about
good.
is, it is good, but it's about some girl writing letters to people. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah, it's nice.
That's the kind of weeb John is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yes,
He-
thank you.
he likes-
We would taste, thank you.
Oh, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting
Oh.
stuff here from johnxfire. I apologize about his behavior.
Still, we've got this draft closed up. Wind Ranger for Gabby, so it's a bit of a shakeup here. That is a bit of control. You know, it is a piece of control coming out for TNC with a shackle. So Team Dog do go back into the Viper, surprisingly. So, they're the ones to pull it out now. We'll see if Ice can make a bit of better use of that compared to what we saw from KP in game one. Of course, he did have a very hard lane. In this case, you're still having the Viper versus Morphling lane, so it could still be equally hard if you don't get that early foothold. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Team Dog does pull out. But a rather interesting game 2 set of drafts here. Not too dissimilar in terms of that. You've got Viper Morphling, but everything else is very different. And I am keen to see what Gabby does with the Wind Ranger. Like the last time we saw a safe lane Wind Ranger from Abed, it's like they brought it out, the Wind Ranger. Maintain this kind of pacing and don't allow Team Dog to find their aggressive start, then you're pretty happy overall.
Oh, Febby. Not a happy duck. Febby will go down, and there's a bit of poisoning there in the pond there for Febby, Johnny. And puts that in the bottle. However, mid lane, shackle out from Gabby. He's going to kill off Ice. Tim's the one to take the kill there on the Viper. Still Arbet going to come back in now. Onto Armel. More TPs coming as In Your Dream does join in. Armel is very low on mana. In fact, he has none. And the Mana Void will come out from In Your Dream. Paulson the one to take that kill is now Arbet. He wants more. He'll go after KB on the Void Spirit. And they will find another kill. A very nice stomp out from Febby. It just doesn't mean anything though. He's already lost 2 heroes.
And those are 2 very big heroes to lose. You might have saved Gabby's Wind Ranger, but losing your Morph hurts a ton.
CIS on the Viper. Ice actually going to go onto KP, but KP is just trying to bait him forward, or maybe he might just drop if he's not careful. KP is going to die. Gabby is going to eventually find the kill onto Ice. Ice still trying to run, but Gabby is going to be able to get the kill. But you did lose KP for the Viper, so...
They are going up for the defense up top as well.
Gabby's in big trouble. He's been broken by that Nether Toxin, and he is just ticking out to the poison. Ice able to pick up another kill on this Viper, and Arbed looks like he wasn't quite done, but he's out of there. KP gonna go for a jump in onto Paulson. Aether Remnant gonna lock on. Avalanche is there, but Paulson is gonna die. A nice quick pick up there from TNC. Shackles out onto Arbed. I'm not gonna latch on. In fact, Gabby now gonna be in danger. Arbed just turns back around and takes down the Wind Ranger. And again, it's just a very kind of bad trade here for TNC, is that still just trying to find their footing in this game number 2. Aether Remnant. Arrow, not going to land onto Arfu. In fact, nothing does land apart from that Aether Remnant. Team Dog should be pretty satisfied with that, finding another kill. Uh-oh. Tim's chained up. Arbed perfect with that chain. Tim's still trying to run, but he's out of leap charges. Arbed will probably just try and finish him off, and does. A nice arrow out before he does die, but now KP's in danger. He has no steps left. He's trying to run with the Moonlight Shadow, but that is not going to be enough. Team Dog just completely dominating TNC already in this game number 2. A 2k net worth lead out now for this dire side. And last game, John, we talked about the game being on Gabby's shoulders. This game around, it might just be on Armel's.
You're trying to scale a Morphling against an AML, so they do catch.
It's a great setup there from Gabby. Into the stomp, into the chains. Arbed is actually pretty darn tanky, but he does finally go down. And that'll actually give enough gold to get the MKB, but now Ice actually going back in. Drops the GG tree. That was actually Gabby's GG tree being dropped. Not a very worthwhile trade there for Team Dog.
Consistent 2k, but Ice.
Shackle is nice. He came out of the invis there, going onto the Viper, and they do blow him up. Mel does make a quick rotation in to make sure they secure the kill. And in classic TNC Morphling fashion, they are rushing the Aghanim Scepter. Team Dog have rotated down towards the bot. They have found Armel. That's a massive target at Armel. He was unable to get the strength morph off in time. Arfu just way too quick on the fingers. That's the biggest kill you could have asked for if you were Team Dog. In fact, they may have found more. Gabby
the blade mail!
Trouble, and the blade mail out from Arbed, just making him kill himself. Now CIS, Viper Strike's going to be there onto Tim's. Chains out again from Arbed, and they're going to find another Febby. Going to go down. 4 heroes suddenly gone on the side of TNC, and Team Dog, they just continue to dominate this series.
Oh, they're looking fantastic now. 6K lead at the 20-minute mark. Just going to do a quick check if anyone's actually going for shards. No one.
Team Dog, they've smoked up into the chains, onto KP. Arrow not going to connect, and Arfu actually mistimes the avalanche, but Arbed is going to keep up the chase, is waiting on the chains out. Meanwhile, Armel now going to morph into the Ember. Chains is up Arbed. Blade mail popped, however, Armel getting very low is going to be able to waveform away. Nobody dies quite yet. Ice on the chase, however, Gabby trying to get a shackles off. Yeah, the counter spell was there from In Your Dream. That's another thing you have to be careful of as the Wind Ranger. Might shadow out, but Fu is in the backside. Gabby does not land the shackles, and forced up. Another shackles comes out. That one will land, and they've got both supports. However, you look at Armel. He is dropping very, very low, trying to run away from the Spirit Vessel, and Arbed just chasing him down. In Your Dream does get the Mana Void off. They'll get another kill for themselves into KP, who's trying to dissimulate himself out of the situation. He's in trouble. He'll try to TP, but the Rod of Atos is going to be up from CIS. And that's a 13k net worth lead now for Team Dog.
Be on top of it, but you still lost 2 cores with Paulson.
He's going to find Paulson, but it's not worth it if he costs his own life. Toss back on Paulson, so he just gets sacrificed to Gabby, but it won't matter because Gabby is set to fall, and he will. Arbed, he will Guardian Greaves to try and just purge it off and run away, but Paulson is going to keep up the vision. Arbed, he doesn't have any remnants left. So this might be a bit of a harder kill as the arrow even does land. And Tims will take the banner for himself. And Arbed says, you know what? I can respect that. I'm still taking your life away, but I can respect the play.
Yeah.
He does see Armel, however, and an Abyssal Blade is going to be out. Armel already out of mana, and he is kind of just stuck to try and juke this one out. And yeah, In Your Dream, he is disappointed indeed. On the bright side, Armel does have his BKB up.
So much less on the AM.
Shackles, Arbed, Cord, Arrow is nice as well, but can they have the damage out in time? Arbed, yeah, they do. They get him down, but now In Your Dream comes in onto Gabby. The Yules are going to be out. In Your Dream still not getting anyone yet, but he'll go after KP, and poor old KP is just going to die so darn quick to this anti-mage. In fact, he's going for more now. Rod of Atos out from CIS. Avalanche toss is there from Arfu. They wanted to fountain dive him, but they're not going to quite yet. They're going to hold out on that kind of movement. Arrow. Oh, very nice arrow out. Is going to land onto Ice, but it's not going to matter. CIS. He's going to be tossed away by Arfu and will survive. Gabby trying to go onto another target. He caught Arfu, but now In Your Dream jumps back in. Mana Void going to clear out the creep wave as well. That's some efficiency from In Your Dream if I've ever seen it. Going to go towards the west. KP going to run right. Team does make the jump in. Arfu. The Avalanche toss is going to be able to get the kill, and now Arbed going back in. After the Elder Titan, Arrow is going to fly through and does stun up Arbed, but it won't matter. Get the kill anyway, thanks to Paulson with the impetus shot. They are looking to try and make a play onto this tier 3 mid tower.
Team Dog in.
Oh, they have. Arbed, Aether Remnant going to catch him out. No, the BKB's there in time, and Gabby is dropping low once again. He BKBs himself up, and now Armel jumping in. Arfu getting low. In Your Dream actually going down to Tims on the Mirana, and now maybe they clean up. Arbed trying to remnant back and forward. He does find 2 for his trouble, but how do you get yourself out of this? He has no remnants left. Arfu going to jump in, but the stop is there from Febby. Arrow connecting again from Tims. He threads the needle. Armel, well, Febby's going to go down, but they're going to go after Arfu now. The Aether Remnant is there. Armel should have enough damage output. Arfu somehow still alive, but should go down, and eventually does a double kill out for Armel. I'm not sure how they found it, but they found themselves a great team fight and I suppose a great bait play out from TNC. Looks like Armel has been caught out. Armel, he does waveform, but Arbet does have the chase. He has an Aegis, however. That's one life gone. He'll come back up. Maybe they make a chase onto Arfu. Maybe they won't. Shackles are going to fly out, but it's not going to be quite enough. Armel, oh, the shackle, he shackled himself. Ice is going to be there with Arbit. Going to ram it straight in. It's just so much damage, but Armel going to survive. He eats the cheese. Meanwhile, KB does kill off Ice into Paulison. Paulison getting quite low on the Enchantress, and Arrow does connect, but he's going to be alright for now. They'll go back in onto Armel. They really want that morph down, but he waveforms away. Back on a Paulison. They do get the Enchantress down. Now In Your Dream in trouble. Arfu jumping back in, but a massive stomp there with the Earth Splitter coming in, all onto Arbed. He'll try to Blade Mail back, remnanting him back out, but it's not enough. It's very short kind of distance here from Arbed, and it looks like he might just die. Meanwhile, Armel, very low, but they aren't going to be able to take him out. In Your Dream now forced to blink away, and Gabby jumps back in on the Enchantress, and Paulison is going to die. Even Arfu trying to go for a bit of a sneak play onto Armel, but it is not going to work out. A 4-for-0 trade here, a massive team fight out for TNC. And perhaps Team Dog, they may have waited a bit too long.
While Armel turns into that.
Oh, In Your Dream. Oh, he can't afford to die. He's been stomped. The Lincoln's broken. They've got the shackles, and they should have the damage output.
Oh, God.
Oh, that is a big disappointment out for In Your Dream. It is on the courier, and it is coming out. KB going to be Rod of Atos stuff. Meanwhile, Armel going to be in danger. There's your sight device. They even got the shackles off onto her. Is it going to be enough, though? Armel, he does go down, and now Arbed rushing for more on the high ground. Does spot out two. They might just have to settle for Febby, though. Febby going to be the one in danger. He'll go for the stomp, but the bash is going to come in. Meanwhile, Tims is able to TP out. He's Shackle
Arbet
is out. They caught out Arbet on the Ember. He does get tossed back, but it's not going to be good enough. He has to buy back, and he will.
Double down on sorcery.
Power does take it out. KB going to jump in with a nice little silence. Now Arrow landing as well. They've caught out the big boy, but Arbet, he's going to jump in the back and make sure they can't go forward. Earthsplit are going to be dodged. They got the Hex off onto Febby as well. Febby, he's going to die. Armel forced to back off through the Viper Strike, but Arfu going to be caught out now and should go down to Gabby, but an Avalanche Toss does come out in time. In Your Dream now going to jump in, but Gabby once again avoiding all the hits. Meanwhile, Armel back onto Ice. He's going to morph back into the Wind Ranger and just go for a bit of a run. Shackles won't actually land onto In Your Dream. Lincolns do break. He still has the Aegis. He'll go for the racks. And that might just be enough for Team Dog. Arrow not going to land there from Tims. In Your Dream going to keep going, but KP going to jump in now with a nice Aether Remnant. Another Shackles going to go back the way of Armel. That'll be enough. Up towards the top lane they go. Or maybe not. Back down to the bot lane perhaps, but the Remnant not going to make it in time from Arbet. Gabby is able to just blink away. Gabby. Shackles not actually going to latch onto the Viper, but Ice is still in trouble. He Blade Mails up, and Paulson is going to buy back. In Your Dream, however, Abyssal is going to be there onto Febby. He needs to be careful with that Divine Rapier, but he does find Febby. Now Arbet going to rush in. He gets Armel on the Morphling, but the BKB is going to be out into the Wind Ranger form. Going to try and run away as they continue the chase. The chains is there. Armel, Lincoln's broken. Still moving. In Your Dream, he does get a bash off, and now Armel, big trouble. He'll Manta and just trying to waveform away, but In Your Dream, he guts the bash off. Cancels the TP of the Morph, and they even found another. It's going to be the big one. Or rather, the second big one. It's going to be Gabby. Gabby, Flicker not working in his favor, but he can still just kind of run away. He's going to be all right. B, trying to go after Ice. This could work against him. Does dissimulate off the Viper Strike, but In Your Dream is now around, and they have the Abyssal Blade. Aeon Disc going to be procced, but he has no Astral Steps left. Has one back up in a second, but the Avalanche perfectly timed by Arfu.
The cost
Need to commit a lot more, although.
Gabby, nice shackles out. Looks like he has found Arfu, so the Tiny is going to die, and Armel did buy back. An arrow is going to be there onto Polison. That's a dieback on the Enchantress. Now KB rushing for more. Arfu, he's going to buy back, but Ice, he's already caught out, and he may as well just already be dead, and he will eventually go down a Febby. But there goes the tier 3 tower, so In Your Dream going to jump in, but no Lucky Bash is coming out. They are still trying to go after Armel. That's the target they want, but Gabby also going to get jumped on. They'll just bounce back around. Refresh is there on Arbet. However, he's been focus fired down. He's still alive, just remnanting around, trying to find the target he wants. There goes KP. In Your Dream now, trying to go after Tim's, unable to catch him out. Instead, maybe go after Febby, but no, he's going to be fine as well. Gabby going to jump in on the Wind Ranger. But he has that invis, and they are lacking detection on Team Dog. They can't really take them out. Figured either we are 3 minutes away from having those tier 5 items up, and they make the jump into In Your Dream, but he's going to be okay for now. He might need to blink away soon. He does. Arbed going to jump in, trying to find Gabby. Instead, Armel is the target they really want. Oh, and the shackles do come out. Gabby being caught out on his own, but again, the invis is going to make it so he does remain alive. Another shackles onto Ice. Doesn't land. More shackles coming out. Still don't land. They would love to just be able to take that Rax out before KP does come up, but Arfu going to jump in for a nice toss back. He finds Febby. Mana Void will be committed. Febby will buy back immediately. Still Gabby going to get jumped on now. Back to Armel. Jumping back in. Does kill off Ice. That was Tim's actually getting the kill. Gabby still okay in the back lines. In Your Dream was chasing. Meanwhile, Armel does kill off Polison. And so, ultimately, it still ends up being a positive.
Great ancient play here.
I mean, they have the Divine Rapier. It's not going to take very long. In Your Dream. Can you get it done? He shows himself now. Arfu going to jump in. Tier 4 tower is getting pretty low, but it's nowhere near fast enough. And poor Arfu, he got jebaited into this. It's like, wait a minute, I can't blink away like that. Who's going to save me? That's a dieback, by the way, on Arfu.
Yeah.
Now, because you just get knocked back all the time. KP, gonna jump in onto Ice. In Your Dream, gonna reflect the shackle. Hex out, they've caught out the Void Spirit, but he does get 4-staffed away. Shackle is out. Gabby, he caught 2 of them. In Your Dreams in there. Do they take him out in time? Not quite. The AM's going to be fine, or maybe not. The silences are there. In Your Dream, just getting knocked back. He's going to go down. The Divine on the deck. Armel will be the one to take it, and now it's their game to win, or rather lose, if they did end up throwing this away. But I can't imagine it happening. It's Polison going to get blown up. A triple kill out for Armel. Arfu trying to jump in. In Your Dream will do the same, but where's your damage output? It's probably not going to be there. Arbet will try. The Ancient exposed. Armel might just ignore everyone and go for it, or maybe he'll go after Arbet first. That Ember is dropping low. He'll just call the GG before he dies. In Your Dream dies anyway, and Armel, he'll finish it off with a rampage.
Oh.
And what a comeback out from TNC. And I suppose if there's one thing we learn here, John, we can't doubt TNC when they have Morphling. They always have something up their sleeve when it comes to this hero.